Have you ever wondered what kind of bullets can turn the tide of battle in an instant? Some shatter on impact, others ignite fireballs, and a few can pierce armor like a hot knife through butter. The world of ammunition is far more intense than Hollywood makes it seem. Today, we're diving into 15 of the deadliest rounds that exist. Some are used for self-defense, while others are so destructive they're banned in war. Let's start with one of the most controversial bullets out there. 1. Hollow point bullets. These aren't your standard rounds. Hollow point bullets are engineered to expand upon impact, creating a deadly mushroom-like shape that maximizes internal damage. Instead of passing through a target, they stop inside, delivering all their force into a single devastating wound. That's why police and civilians favor them for self-defense. There's less chance of the bullet passing through and hitting an unintended target. Hunters also use them for ethical kills, ensuring quick takedowns with minimal suffering. But there's a dark side to these rounds. Their effectiveness makes them controversial. Some argue they're too brutal, inflicting injuries that are nearly impossible to survive. They're banned in warfare under the Hague Convention due to the horrific wounds they leave behind. Despite this, they remain a top choice for self-defense, law enforcement, and hunting. 2. Armor-piercing incendiary or API rounds. What would you think about a bullet that penetrates armor and ignites on impact? API rounds do just that. Inside the bullets is an end-hardened tungsten or steel core, which easily tears up armored vehicles, bulletproof vests, and even aircraft. But the most vital part of their composition is the incendiary chemical tip, which erupts on firing upon impact with the target. Originally conceived for military applications, these rounds have found their place in the arsenal of snipers and machine gunners targeting high-value assets. Whether armor is compromised or not, the fiery conclusion is that flames will do the job. API rounds thus combine penetrative and incendiary damage, making them deadly in a tactical confrontation. However, such heavy anti-social use is specifically restricted to very hazardous destruction. 3. Exploding bullets. The bullets exploding inside the target are the next topic on our agenda. Exploding bullets, or miniature bombs designed to explode upon impact, cause, says the actuary. This causes counter-internal damage far more than what we see with a normal bullet. These rounds were used in World War II, often in aircraft-mounted machine guns, where even a small explosive payload could disable enemy planes. However, they were later banned in warfare under the Hague Convention due to their gruesome effects on human targets. The idea of bullets exploding inside a person was deemed too inhumane, even for war. Today, exploding bullets are rarely used outside of specialized military applications, but they remain one of the most terrifying types of ammunition ever created. 4. Dragon's Breath shotgun shells. When you pull the trigger on your shotgun, you see flames erupting out of the barrel. That's exactly what happens when you're dealing with Dragon's Breath shells. Instead of normal shotgun pellets, these rounds carry burning magnesium, which produces a flaming fireball that can exceed 100 feet in length. What you're doing is turning your shotgun into a flamethrower. The visual effect is nothing short of spectacular, which is why Dragon's Breath shells are favored in demos and viral shorts. But make no mistake, these are some seriously dangerous rounds. They can set fire to whatever dry grass and buildings they touch, including people, rendering them completely unpredictable and illegal in many jurisdictions. Although not useful for self-defense or hunting, they have become favored among gun enthusiasts purely for their visual display. Under the wrong conditions, however, firing one could quickly escalate from a pleasant day at the range to a full-scale wildfire. 5. Black Tallon bullets. Very few bullets have been as highly regarded as the Black Tallon. They expand like traditional hollow points, but actually, they go a step further. At impact, the bullet dissects itself into blades, thus appearing almost like a set of claws. Hence the name Cop Killer. Coupled with a black coating, menacing, causing very little barrel fouling, those bullets were marketed to scare. With such public uproar over horrible injuries relating to such ammunition, it eventually disappeared from the market sometime in the 1990s. But they have not disappeared completely. Winchester put them under a new name and simply made them available to law enforcement and civilians packaged differently. This is Black Tallon ammo, which will remain among the most infamous bullets ever produced, and its reputation lingers even today. 6. Depleted Uranium Rounds. Apart from a few, almost every round will have some controversy associated with it regarding its armor-piercing capability. DU rounds make the numbers well because the rounds themselves are so dense that they slice an armored vehicle just like a hot knife cuts through butter. The original design was military. They attracted much attention because they became well known with the conflicts of the Gulf War and the Balkans. But here is where the controversy starts. Uranium is slightly radioactive. Supporters say that radiation is negligible, but environmentalists and health professionals have warned that it is a long-term contaminant. DU dust is believed by many to cause cancer and birth defects in conflict areas. Some critics even want depleted uranium rounds to be regarded as weapons of mass destruction on account of their long-lasting effects. Withstanding the veracity of that statement, these rounds are among the most lethal and controversial types of ammunition that have ever been used. 7. 50 BMG or Browning machine gun rounds. The 50 BMG is almost feared and revered in equal measure. Developed for the heavy machine gun, these rounds are the size of steel plates capable of punching through walls, cars, and lightly armored tanks. The 50 cal BMGs have anti-material application usage targets, largely for equipment rather than personnel, with an effective range of more than a mile. Military snipers have sometimes used them to eliminate human targets, particularly VIPs, from a long distance. It is simply something that is respected and feared. One shot from a 50 BMG doesn't just put the target down, it puts it away. 8. RIP or Radically Invasive Projectile Rounds. If you thought hollow points were brutal, RIP rounds take things to a whole new level. These bullets are designed to fragment into multiple razor-sharp pieces upon impact, creating several wound channels instead of just one. Unlike traditional rounds, which expand in a single path, RIP bullets essentially explode inside the body, tearing through organs and tissue. Manufacturers call them the last round you'll ever need, emphasizing their devastating stopping power. But that's also what makes them so controversial. Medical professionals argue that treating injuries from RIP rounds is nearly impossible since the fragments spread throughout the body. Some law enforcement agencies have even debated banning them due to the excessive damage they cause. For survivalists looking for ultimate stopping power, RIP rounds offer unmatched lethality, but at a cost that raises serious ethical concerns. 9. Flechette Rounds. Imagine firing a shotgun and launching a swarm of tiny steel darts instead of regular pellets. That's exactly what flechette rounds do. These projectiles were originally used in warfare, designed to penetrate multiple targets and even dense jungle foliage. During the Vietnam War, U.S. forces deployed flechettes to strike enemy troops hiding in thick vegetation. The result? A devastating spread of injuries, often hitting soldiers who weren't even in the direct line of fire. However, their indiscriminate nature makes them highly controversial. While effective in combat, their ability to cause collateral damage has led to bans in many situations. 10. High-explosive incendiary armor-piercing rounds. When armor-piercing rounds aren't enough, HEIAP rounds take things up a notch. These bullets combine armor penetration, high explosive force, and incendiary capabilities all in one. Designed primarily for aircraft cannons, they're meant to destroy armored vehicles, enemy bunkers, and even aircraft. Due to their extreme lethality, these rounds are strictly restricted to military use. The explosive core ensures that even if the initial impact doesn't neutralize the target, the secondary explosion will. In combat, a single one of these rounds can turn a heavily fortified position into rubble. 11. Glaser Safety Slugs. At first glance, safety slugs sounds like a contradiction. How can a bullet be deadly yet safer? Glaser safety slugs were designed to fragment upon impact, reducing the risk of over-penetration. Instead of a solid lead core, they contain compressed birdshot sealed with a polymer tip. This design makes them ideal for self-defense in crowded areas. The bullet shatters on impact, causing devastating internal damage, but preventing it from traveling through walls and hitting unintended targets. However, this same feature makes medical treatment difficult since the fragments scatter inside the body. Law enforcement has used Glaser slugs for close-quarter situations, but their brutality has sparked debates over their ethical use. 12. Frag 12 shotgun rounds. What if a shotgun shell functioned like a grenade? That's exactly what Frag 12 rounds do. These specialized shells contain explosive tips that detonate on impact, making them ideal for breaching doors, destroying light vehicles, and causing maximum destruction in urban warfare. Mostly used by the military, Frag 12 rounds are devastating at close range. While illegal for civilian use, they highlight just how lethal modern shotgun ammunition can be. 13. 338 Lapua Magnum. Few rounds can demonstrate the long-range precision of the 338 Lapua Magnum. This round started as a military sniper round in the 1980s, but has quickly gained popularity among elite marksmen and competitive shooters since then. With the potential of hitting targets well over a mile away, it makes them tremble with fear as it continues delivering devastating power even at extreme distances. It can punch through barriers and still have lethal energy, thus making it quite effective for combat. The 338 Lapua Magnum is for military snipers who will require pinpoint accuracy in a mission to eliminate enemy threats or incapacitate vehicles. The civilian is targeting this round for long-range shooting competitions, but due to its firepower, it's still considered a law enforcement and military issue. 14. 12-gauge slugs. Watch out! A shotgun is already a formidable weapon, but when it is loaded with 12-gauge slugs, it can cause havoc. Unlike traditional shotgun shells that feature a wide range of pellets, slugs are solid metal projectiles that are intended to achieve maximum stopping power. Hunters use them to take down large game, including deer and bears, whereas threats inside the home will rely on slugs to end a hit immediately. Furthermore, law enforcement and military forces will use shotguns to breach doorways and remove threats behind barriers. These rounds can punch through a vehicle, through walls, and through body armor, which makes them one of the best rounds available for the most powerful ammunition. But they certainly come at the cost of intense recoil, making proper handling and aiming precision imperative. 15. VX Gas Delivery Rounds. The VX gas distribution rounds are the most wicked ammunition ever devised. The projectile does not penetrate armor or explode, rather it releases one of the best chemical agents known to human beings. VX gas is an odorless, tasteless nerve agent that kills in a few minutes by inhibiting the nervous system. These rounds have reportedly been used in covert operations and targeted assassinations, though their existence remains largely in the shadows. Due to their devastating and indiscriminate nature, VX gas rounds are banned under international law. Their inclusion in weapons research highlights the darker side of military development, where warfare extends beyond bullets and explosives into the realm of chemical terror. Fortunately, their use is extremely rare, but their potential remains a chilling reminder of how deadly ammunition can be. These 15 deadly ammo types prove that firepower has evolved beyond imagination. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more jaw-dropping survival and weaponry insights. Stay sharp.